Hi, thanks for tuning in to this very special Temu haul video. When Kelly from Kelly's Unboxing Addiction channel asked me if I wanted to collab with 4 lovely ladies, my first reaction was, why me? I don't know anything about purses, makeup, dresses, but she went on to explain we'd all be talking about our 10 favorite Temu purchases. Again, my reaction is, why me? I can't think of 10 Temu products I'd list, but I decided to look over my past Temu haul videos, and lo and behold, there's a ton of stuff I bought that I'm still using or enjoying, or both. But before we begin, each channel in this collab is giving away prizes, so stick around till the end to hear the details. Okay, let's look at my top 10 favorites and one honorable mention, in no particular order. At number 10, here's what I said at the time.
I've wanted these for a long time. They're felt separators for your pots or your pans, because I tend to scrape up my no-stick pans by putting another pan on top of it and then totally destroyed it. So with this order, I got 6 of them in 3 different sizes. So really, I don't see how I could go wrong. Okay, let's try these pot holder things. Okay, so as you can see, I've got all my pots stacked into each other. They're all touching the surface of each other already. I feel better about this. Using the first big ones. Okay, so yeah, I think they'll do what they should.
And they're still working just fine today. Plus, they were a lot cheaper on Temu than even at a dollar store. Okay, number 9.
Little wallet-sized magnifiers. 10 of them cost me $2.29, so really not a lot of money. And what I'm liking so far is they're individually wrapped, which is good because you don't want this scratching in your wallet. My concern was that these wouldn't have any protection and that they'd be useless within a couple months because they'd be all scraped up. But no, it does have a protective sleeve. And then also what I like is it has a place to touch it without touching the magnifier and getting it all fingerprinted up. So far, I'm really liking these. Okay, yeah, no, these are definitely a plus. Yes, I'd highly recommend them. And the fact that you get 10 of them, you can give them to friends and family that would appreciate it. People with older peepers like mine definitely need all the help they can get.
Still using one of these, and in fact, one day in the grocery store, the cashier couldn't get the barcode reader to work, and she was having trouble reading the product number until I whipped out one of these. Problem solved. At number 8.
Up next is this kitchen sponge that looks like a sandwich. But unfortunately, I thought it was like 3 different sponges, but they appear to have them all glued together. And I don't think you're supposed to separate them. I'm not 100% crazy about this idea because it looks like food and junk that you're scrubbing will get into all these little creases and crevices and become a bacteria breeding ground. So yeah, maybe it's just something you've set out by the sink but never use, which is kind of pointless. Okay, so I decided a good place for that sponge that looks like the sandwich would be right under my automatic soap dispenser. That way when it drips, it will drip onto the sponge, and then the sponge will be a nice soapy utensil to use for something else. I don't know how long that'll last. That's what I'm doing with it right now.
And it's lasted. It's still there, and it came in handy when the dispenser went nuts and started uncontrollably spewing soap. At number 7.
Now we have these night vision glasses that were sent in a Ziploc bag for freshness, I guess. I'll see how these work in the dark. They're really kind of cheap, actually. Okay, I don't think I gave those glasses a fair shot, so here I am going out to test drive them. There's no traffic out at this hour. It's about 4:30, and I don't know if you can tell, but the sun is already coming up in my neck of the woods. Just waiting for another car to come along and let me know how much glare there is. I don't know if you've noticed, but lately some of the newer cars have extremely bright lights. So this actually is helping with that. So yeah, I don't know, maybe, yeah, I think they are working. Okay, yeah, so the more I'm testing them, the more I'm liking them. Yes, I totally give these a thumbs up to avoid that glare of the LED lights that some cars are now using. Yeah, totally. Wow, love it. Love these. Okay, so even though these are cheap and flimsy and very plasticky, they do the trick. They actually prevent the glare of very bright lights. So yeah, for the price, they're really worth it.
And I still feel that way about them. At number 6.
Okay, and then I became obsessed about not burning my hands when I'm microwaving things, so I found this little dish. Let's say hat. It is not a hat. What you do is you place your microwavable bowl in this, and then you can take it out of the microwave using this without burning your hands. But looking at it, it is very tiny, and I tend to have a big appetite, and I end up using fairly large bowls, so I don't know if this is going to do me any good. And like I said, it only seems to hold small bowls. I don't know if you can tell how small this bowl is, but it's not very big. So I'll heat up some water. Okay, so the water is done, and it's hot, it's steaming. Let's see how easy it is to take the bowl out. It is perfect. I can totally hold this bowl, and yet if I feel the bowl, yeah, I would not have wanted to lift that bowl out without this. So yeah, actually I'm impressed. Oh, okay, yeah, the bowl was definitely hot, so, but this is not. I'd say yes, big success on this.
And I continue to use it and actually got a second one. The only thing I wonder is, does it actually increase the cooking time? I've read that it doesn't, but I'm not so sure. Number 5.
This is some Q-tips that are supposedly individually wrapped. I know it's not environmentally friendly, but I've got a thing about Q-tips staying clean and being sterile when you want to use them. And if you've got them in a box and people are all grabbing at them and putting their germs all over them, then really if you're applying it to a wound with some kind of medication on it, you're not doing yourselves any favor because it's got bacteria all over it and you're just applying that to the wound. So yeah, I'll see how these work. Okay, so I was able to try these Q-tips and I love them. The reason being is, don't know if you can see this close up. It says open. So you open it halfway through like this. Of course, now it's not going to work. And then you just pull off the one half that you need, leaving the saran on the other half. So it's an excellent idea. And yes, I give these 5 stars.
And I'm still loving these. They make so much sense to me. All Q-tips should be packaged like this. At number 4.
I think I'm into doubles of things. This is a spatula, a mini one for the smaller jars, but I was thinking it was going to be a lot smaller than this. It's actually quite long, so I don't know how it's going to fit into smaller jars. And it's weird because it's like a silicone, but inside there is something like, I don't know if it's metal or what, but it is solid. So it's not going to really give that much when you go to use it. So maybe we'll test that out. But let's see how this spatula works. Okay, what I'm trying to do is get to the sides of the jar, see how well that works. Yeah, it's working quite well, actually. Okay, let's try some peanut butter sandwich. It doesn't work that well for spreading it. Okay.
So I thought I wasted my money on this, but as it turns out, I use it all the time. And to be fair, the peanut butter I was using was the natural type that needs to be kept in the fridge. So it was really solid when I tried to spread it. A hack I learned with that kind of PB is to microwave a portion of it for a few seconds before spreading it. Works like a charm. Number 3.
The silicone pot scraper. Will you be scraping the bottom of the barrel on the price of this silicone? What's the deal? Did I pay $1.47? True or false? That is true. If you said true, you were right. Supposedly silicone, but that is definitely plastic. So this is where this product is supposed to shine. Let's find out. Alright, so all I can say is yes, this is a good product. I'm very impressed. It's worked on the toughest things I could give it.
I didn't really expect this thing to last more than a couple uses, but here it is about a year later and it still works like it did on day one. In at number 2.
I am so happy to have one of these again. I had one years ago and I lost it. But what it is a letter opener. The one I had a magnet on it, so you could stick it on the fridge or on something metal and always have it handy. This one does not. But let's see how well this one works. So you're just pretending this is an envelope. Stick it in like that. Oh, beautiful. Yes, it works. It also works on chip bags or things like that. Here, I'll show you. So let's pretend this was sealed. Yes. Yay! It's back in my life. Well worth the 98 cents. Actually, might order a couple more just so I have them for the rest of my life.
I actually did order a second one, but so far I haven't even taken it out of the wrapper, as the original one's still going strong. And the number 1 spot goes to...
Okay, oddly, I've been looking forward to this. One of the things in the haul that I couldn't wait to get. It's actually a pickle fork that hangs on the side of the jar. So yeah, and it looks like it'll stab some pickled dills. And then it also came with this small one for a smaller jar, like olives or something. For some reason, I was very confused by the ad, so I ended up with 2. I'm not complaining, but I thought when they said 2, it meant the large and the small, but it meant 2 sets. So now I have 2 pickle forks. Let's try these pickle forks. So let's see how well these fit on here. We'll try the large first. Okay, it fits snugly. And then I guess this goes in here. Maybe I should have put this on first. Okay, this is kind of tricky to get on. Or maybe I'll put it on before I put it on the jar. Okay, so I got it on that way. Not crazy at how far it sticks out. Okay, that seems simple enough. Let's pretend we're going for a pickle. Oh yeah, that worked really well. Stabbed 3 at one time. And then I guess you just rinse it off. And then put it back where you found it. Okay, let's try it on a small jar. Okay, so I got the small ring. Pre-attach it. And this part is kind of annoying. It really doesn't like attaching to the small version. Guess if you get rough with it. Okay, so we got that on. Let's see. Okay, let's try to stab some olives. Okay, I got some. Okay, I have to say I like the fork. Tends to stab things quite well. Nummy num. The lid still fits on perfectly. Let's try the fork with a real pickle. Oh, excellent. Okay, I like this pickle fork more than I do using a regular fork. It really seems to jab into whatever you're trying to get. And okay, I'm sold. Give the pickle fork a 9 out of 10. The only reason I'm giving it a 9 is I don't like the way it sticks over. See, it doesn't on this one. On this one, it'll stick out in the fridge, taking up extra room. Probably would with this square jar as well. So the only downside of this is the fork is too big now to fit on the shelf that the olives used to go. So now I gotta move the olives up to the top shelf.
And I'm happy to report the jabbing and stabbing continues. And the honorable mention goes to...
Okay, this is a little treat for Caesar. You shove treats in there and then rolls around and hopefully the treats come out. I've given him things like this in the past, and what I've discovered is I have to cut off some of these things because the treats don't come out easily enough for him. Although he's entirely food motivated, he also gives up very easily, so if the food isn't coming out fast enough, he's just like, meh, I don't want it. So yes, there's a few things that I've had to give up giving him because he just kept bothered. So you can see I actually cut some of the tabs away so that his treats come out a little easier. So I'll put some smaller ones in there. Okay, let's see if little boy wants this. And we have success.
Okay, so that's it for my Temu picks. Be sure to check out the description below on how to enter my contest and win an Amazon gift card. And if you like the video, I encourage you to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. And if you like this type of content, you're going to love my collaborators videos. Be sure to check them out. They're also giving away prizes. Their handles are in the description below, and so are the rules to enter the contest, so check it out. Okay, that's it. That's the deal with my Amazon top picks. Thanks for watching. Bye.